Welcome to part 3 of my ultimate Rosalina and Luma guide. In this video, we'll focus on some of Rosa's most difficult tech and strategies. And while these may be hard to learn at first, once learned, they can make Rosa much more threatening and fun to play as. Also, if you ever need to revisit a particular section of this video, check the description below for the timestamps. And without further ado, let's dive right in. A huge part of Rosalina's neutral game depends on her ability to lunar land, and if you want to utilize this tech to its fullest potential, you'll have to lunar land optimally. In order to do this, you need to time your landing aerial within a 2-frame window, so Rosalina's attack cancels without her receiving any end lag from it. This can greatly extend the effective range of your lunar landed back air, which can actually guarantee you a grab at any percent when done properly. When trying to optimally lunar land after using a short hop nair, you can buffer the aerial with your C-stick and fast fall on either the last active frame of Rosa's nair or the frame right after it. With that being said, a deceivingly strong pressure tool in neutral is reverse aerial rush neutral air. If you land a hit with this, you can almost always start a combo. But more interestingly, if this attack whiffs or hits the opponent's shield, it sets you up perfectly to follow up with a lunar landed bear. This can bait many players into overcommitting to punish your landing, as no one really expects the lunar landing follow-up. Just note that your VAR bear can't hit any of these characters as they're too short, and you need to be really close to hit these characters. However, this works really effectively against taller characters. In instances where you would normally use a forward or down tilt, I find it almost always better to jump cancel the attack. This is done by jumping within 2 frames of inputting the attack and causes Luma to use the tilt while Rosa short hop nairs. On hit, this allows you to drift closer to your opponent, making it easier to react to a tech chase. This tech also allows Rosa's nair to catch rolls and potentially start a combo. But even more importantly, this tech can put a lot of pressure on your opponent's shield, as it allows you to drift back in with a lunar landed nair. This can allow you to safely grab them while in shield, but remember, if they try to shield grab you, Luma's nair will knock them up and you can combo them from there. And although it's not a common scenario, remember that this tech can also allow for some crazy combos while detethered. Seeing as the 3.1 update made Rosa's dash attack cancelled nair much more useful, I feel like it's worth going over again but in more depth. And before we start, I recommend remapping your L button to jump so you can perform this tech during your initial dash frames. To perform this tech, input a dash attack with the C-stick, and within 2 frames, input a jump with L. This will cause Luma to dash attack while Rosa nairs, and Luma will return to Rosa automatically. If you hit your opponent with Luma's dash attack, take note of where Luma lands. If Luma is on or in front of the opponent, I suggest lunar landing with nair, as it can pop them up for a combo at almost any percent. If Luma lands behind the opponent, I suggest lunar landing with up air instead, as it hits more consistently from behind. And these options will work regardless of if you hit the opponent or their shield. If your opponent ever jumps or rolls in between you and Luma, a lunar landed bear can combo into a smash attack. And lastly, if Luma falls a bit short of your opponent, you can bring it back quickly with a lunar landed bear. But if your opponent is at high percent, I recommend trying to land an up smash or a forward smash instead, as they're the only moves that will stop Luma's momentum, allowing it to reach forward. Technically, you can use these smash attacks or an up tilt as an on-hit mix-up. However, note that you can't follow up if your opponent shields in time. Rosalina can sometimes have trouble dealing with projectiles. However, lunar landing with back air can actually help a lot, as Luma can clank with some projectiles with no extra commitment from Rosa. This makes it much easier to hit your opponent, or at least close the gap. And this strategy can be used against non-clankable projectiles as well, but at the cost of your Luma being hit. After the lunar landed bear, Luma will linger in front of Rosa for about 35 frames, which gives you enough time to travel over half the distance to final destination with Luma as a projectile shield. I like to refer to this tech as Luma blocking, and it can be really useful for punishing any projectile usage around mid to close range. Just remember that if you're dealing with clankable projectiles in the air, you may have to resort to nair, as it's a much faster option than gravitational pull. But if you ever find yourself opting to use gravitational pull around mid-range, be sure to reverse the move so you can still lunar land. While Luma is detethered, if you wave dash using the Z button, Luma will jump and Rosa will quickly land. This allows you to use Luma's ground attacks in the air more quickly. Also, if you jump or wave dash while Luma is moving toward Rosa, Luma will jump forward in an arc, and the unconventional angle that Luma travels at can catch many players off guard. Another way to catch players off guard is to charge Luma shot while falling through a platform, causing Luma to stay on the platform until you release the move. You can also perform this by charging the move during a short hop on short platforms, or a full hop on higher platforms. When ledge trapping, many players like to stand slightly out of get-up attack range to be able to cover your ledge options on reaction. To counter this, I like to double jump and use Luma shot, then fast fall onto stage with a Nair. Often the Luma shot will hit them away and give you the chance to get back onto stage. However, if they shield this, Luma's Nair can catch them out of shield and potentially lead to a combo. If they stay in shield for Luma's Nair, you can quickly rapid jab to either hit them out of shield or to push them back so they're too far away to punish you. You can also use Luma shot to cover the ground during a ledge jump, but be mindful that this can be countered if your opponent uses an aerial. If you're the one who's ledge trapping, I suggest positioning Luma close to the ledge but not at max range. To prevent Luma from moving too far forward, I like to keep using jab 1 while I wait for my opponent to make a decision. From here, you can punish a regular getup with Luma's rapid jab, which can kill at higher percents. If the opponent does a getup attack, you can dash forward and punish with a grab. If they opt to ledge roll, you can usually land a smash attack or grab depending on their percent. Also, if they ledge jump, you can full hop fair to hit them off stage or get the kill. Lastly, if they decide to stall on ledge, you can angle Luma's forward smash downward, which can kill really early. If you have any comments or questions regarding any of the tech in this video, let me know down below in the comments section. Also, I'll be trying to release a lot more Rosa gameplay moving forward, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.